Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video I will be updating you on Twist of Fate. Pallavi orders Ranbir to abort Prachi's baby. You need to watch to the end to find out everything that happened. Ranbir informed the family after finding out that Rhea is pregnant. He informed the family that Prachi is pregnant. But guess what? Pallavi orders Ranbir to abort Prachi's baby. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Please like this video, download this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what you feel about this video in the comment section. Let's go. The episode starts with Ranbir telling Pallavi and others that Prachi don't want him to tell anyone about this, and she has a valid reason. He says, "When you all came to know about it, I couldn't hold on my happiness." Rhea says, "Ranbir, you didn't hear mom properly," and says Prachi is not pregnant with your child, and that means she's pregnant with someone else's child. Ranbir asks Rhea to shut up and says, "This is my baby. He is my third dream, which Prachi has fulfilled." He says, "I know all this before and made arrangements for this." He says, "That rented apartment I have bought for me, Prachi, and our baby, thinking we will start our parenting from the same house where we started our married life." He says, "Do you all remember business merger party?" And says, "I thought to tell Prachi about my plans on our anniversary, but Rhea's pregnancy is revealed that day and I couldn't tell her." He says, "Rhea fainted and my plan was ruined." He says, "This is the truth." Rhea goes upset from there. She recalls doctor saying that Prachi is pregnant. She recalls Ranbir telling that he knew about Prachi's pregnancy since long. She tells herself that there is no chance of her now. Prachi is pregnant. What will I do now? She says, "I have lost." Aliya comes there. Rhea says Prachi is pregnant. "I am ruined." She says, "I wanted to get closer to him with the fake news, but Prachi gave the real news." Aliya says, "Rhea." Rhea asks her not to say anything and says, "Prachi's baby will be born now." She says everything is ruined. Aliya asks, "How are you talking to me?" Rhea asks, "Why didn't you think before that Prachi can be pregnant, as Ranbir loves her and she can get pregnant as they stay together for 2 years?" She says, "Prachi won and snatched Ranbir from me." She says, "Even you have become a mother. Then why this idea didn't strike your mind?" She says, "You had told me that you are very experienced and tried and saw everything for Purab." Aliya says, "This is not my mistake." Rhea says, "Whose mistake then?" Aliya asks her to go and confront Ranbir. Rhea says, "You have gone mad, and as you very well knew that he wanted to be a father from Prachi, and they had gotten married." She asked why this thing didn't come in your clever mind and says, "You have done nothing." She says, "We are zero." Aliya says, "I did planning and manipulation. What shall I do? If your destiny is bad." Rhea says, "Don't talk about destiny," and says, "You had taught me that losers depend on destiny and not winners like us." She says, "This was your motivational speech," and says, "If you had used your mind even 10% then, Ranbir would have been mine." She says, "I am lost and a loser because of you," and says, "You were busy with Tano." Aliya asks her to learn from her mistake, else she wouldn't have seen this day. Rhea says, "How can she learn from her mistake?" Aliya asks, "Didn't you do any mistake?" She says, "You couldn't attract Ranbir. You couldn't make him love you. It is your failure, not mine." She says, "You couldn't execute my advice well." Rhea says, "You were experimenting on me and asked me to cry in front of Prachi, and says you made me a loser." Aliya says, "You are wrong," and asks, "Didn't you come to know that she is pregnant?" She asks, "How couldn't you figure it out?" and says you used to say that I hate kids and pregnancy, and that's why you couldn't see. She says Prachi's pregnancy proved costly on your fake pregnancy. Now she will stay there and you will be out. You very well deserved this. Prachi thinks about Ranbir dancing with the family members. Doctor asks, what are you thinking? Prachi says everyone came to know that I am pregnant. Doctor says, how you hide this from everyone? Nurse comes there and says your husband is very happy and distributing sweets in the hospital. She says he's dancing happily for becoming a father. Prachi asks, happy? Nurse says very happy. Pallavi tells Ranbir that she don't believe in filmy stories. Ranbir says Prachi is going to fulfill his third dream. Pallavi says you are going to be Rhea's baby father and scolds him for complicating their lives and asks him to end his drama. She asks him to go and talk to Prachi what to do with this pregnancy. Ranbir asks, what do you mean? Pallavi says you have cut our nose already by staying with two women and asks if you will become two babies' father at one time. Ranbir asks, so what do you want? And asks her not to say what he's thinking and says, else you will fall down from my sight. Dida asks, how can you ask your son to abort the baby? Vikram says, Pallavi didn't mean like you are thinking. Pallavi says, I mean exactly like this. And says, the good news matters to me, which comes first to me. Ranbir asks Stanley and Shahana to give sweets to everyone. He says, good news shall make you happy, and it doesn't matter when it came. Vikram tells Dida that they shall go from here. Pallavi says, you can't ignore me like this and you will have much problem. She says Prachi can't become Ranbir's baby mother as she is not his wife. Dida asks her to stop it and says you will become bad-mouthing about her. Staff member asks them to go and talk in visiting room. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.